Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is time once again for the Midweek War. I, of course, am your host, Mad Mike, and with me, as always, is the guy who just came in and who likes Impact Wrestling, Tonio Garza. How are you, sir?
I'm kind of tired. I just ran through several blocks in downtown El Paso just to get here and talk about Impact Wrestling.
Here's to talk about this show.
Yes.
Exactly this show.
And those dulcet tones you heard were the voice of Inspire Pro Wrestling, Eamon Paton. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. I'm doing okay when it comes to this week's Impact.
You're doing
okay.
well. You're doing okay. It's good to progressively go downhill, isn't it, Eamon?
Yeah, well, you never know.
All right. And all right. So we're here to talk about Impact Wrestling. Last week was actually pretty decent, and we'll see if everyone thought it carried over. So Garza, what's your one word for Impact this week?
I think I know what you're going to say, so I'm going to go with my second option, which is Decay. I'm a fan.
Alrighty. Eamon, what is your one word for Impact this week?
There's an apostrophe next to in between this. It's switch ups.
Okay.
Okay. All right. My one word is queendom.
I should have used Miracle then.
Yeah. Well, it's in there. It's in there. That's why I put it in my lower third, not in my one word. Gotta have enough jokes to go around. All right. So Garza, what was your good from Impact Wrestling this week?
Okay. My good. I'm actually gonna give it. No, wait, that's actually not that good. I'm gonna give it to Tires again.
But he didn't have the baby. He wasn't doing his job.
I know he doesn't have a baby. He's missing heel Maxwell Hardy, baby Brand Hardy.
Baby brand.
But I really liked how the small promo he had, like face to face with Galloway. And I don't know, like I'm glad that they're actually acknowledging that he still has a title shot. And I feel that he's starting to become more of his own self than just being a bodyguard, because now he's like going around backstage by himself. So that's like good steps for him.
Yeah, it was touch and go for a second because I didn't know if they were going to still acknowledge it because of something that happened backstage where someone said to him that you don't have a title shot anymore. And I'm like, wait, Why are we dropping this? Just because he's aligned with Matt, he doesn't have his shot? That doesn't make any sense.
No, and because like everyone else is getting title shots and stuff like that. But I'm glad that both him and the announcers acknowledged it.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be a good story. The day Tyrus decides, you know what, I actually do want the title.
If they do it right.
Yeah, of course.
If they do it right, it could always end up like the Hernandez briefcase situation, which we won't mention ever again.
Let's not mention Hernandez ever again.
Yeah, that's a fair point. All right, Eamon, what was your good for Impact this week?
My good for this week, I think I know yours, so I'm not going to steal it. My good for this week was probably the EC3 promo. EC3, I was interested to see how they would do like a face turn for him, and it seems to be going well. Like, it's not like strictly like he's completely changed his character, so to speak, and changed his alignments even necessarily, but he's still EC3. He's just focused on Matt Hardy, and a lot of EC3 chants during like all the heavyweight title segments and stuff like that, which they didn't get. They fully expected like Kurt Angle and EC3 to team up, but no, it was just beer money. But
yeah, the EC3 talking segment was just really, really good. He even added on Twitter that like next is coming Super Ethan, which if this means he's gonna don a cape, all for it.
Yeah,
all in, because it worked for Eric Young, it can work for Ethan Carter too.
I've read spoilers and I think there will be a cape.
Don't you dare say anything. Garza,
I'm not saying who.
I will mute your fucking ass live on this show.
I'm not saying who. I just saw a cape in the picture.
Garza, friends don't let friends spoil Impact Wrestling.
Yeah, they kind of do.
All right, sometimes. Friends ask if it's okay. Friends ask if it's okay to spoil Impact Wrestling. How
Friends
about
ask if you give a shit about spoilers or Impact Wrestling.
my good for this week, as you can tell by my lower third. Finally, something new in the Knockouts division. Maria, someone who can actually cut a promo in the Knockouts division.
Not only can cut a promo in the Knockouts division, but I would argue Maria is now the best talker in TNA, other than EC3.
Okay. I was gonna say, I'm like, all right,
Like
let's not go nuts.
EC3 is in a cut above his own, but compare like everyone else in TNA talking wise compared to EC3.
I'd throw Bobby Roode at the top too.
Yeah, but Bobby Roode also falls into that kind of generic promo every once in a while.
Yeah,
if Bobby Roode has motivation, he's one of the best promo guys.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Roode and Storm are really good when they want to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But Maria's, not even a month in or whatever, and I would consider her one of the better talkers on the show.
Yeah, she's easily, far and away, the best knockout for me on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Best knockout by leaps and bounds already. Like Gail came in and, like, when people just like talk like the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
Or like an E-Fed promo from someone who doesn't know how to write a promo.
It wasn't Gail's worst promo, but if you watch a lot of Gail Kim promos, it's like how Mike is saying, like that kind of weird script read.
My problem with Gail's promo was that, it felt scripted, but it's the typical promo where they're like, oh yes, we are powerful, beautiful, strong, intelligent women. But then, and actually WWE does the same thing, like, they try to sell you that like PR shit, but then you look at the storylines and I'm like, yeah, they're not any of those.
Well, not necessarily. Some of them are individually those things, but none of them, up until now, I'd say Maria encompasses all of those things, but none of them have been all of those things put together. Like some of them are strong, some of them are sexy, some of them are powerful. No one in the Knockouts division's really nailed all three together yet. Because the ones that are trying to be sexy come off as sometimes awful fashion-wise and just not fun to look at. The ones that are
looking at you, Rebel.
Yeah, exactly. The ones that are powerful come off as stupid. It's there hasn't been, but Maria encompasses all because she came in, she was a force of nature. She's like, this Knockouts division needs a change, it needs a miracle, and then she was smart because she bailed when, Gail got the upper hand. Like, everything about that segment on Maria's end worked.
I always liked Maria. I do think she had a lot of potential when she was in WWE, to be the face of a division, and the fact that she is very marketable and did seem like she wanted to be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because I feel like as well as she did in Ring of Honor, she never got the chance to really shine in a women's wrestling thing, and I think that was like the whole point of her promo. She's like, I came from Ring of Honor because Ring of Honor didn't have women's wrestling on TV.
Mm-hmm.
They have a YouTube thing, and that's all well and great.
But I'd argue it's not really a division.
Yeah, it's not a division. It's a
bunch of matches.
It's an oddity in Ring of Honor, which you'd think Ring of Honor would have the best women's wrestling because they claim to have the best every wrestling, but no. I don't know. I would like to think the Code of Honor extends to women, but Maria came out and she said she wants women's wrestling, and that's not what the Knockouts promote. That's never been what the Knockouts promote for the past couple of years. And if Maria can kind of bring us back to that, I think that'd be great.
I'm gonna be honest. When it comes to in-ring capabilities, Maria will probably bring Knockouts back to the spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
I think her strong. I think her stronger point is just being like a kick-ass manager, and right now I'm worried that they're gonna showcase how she may not be all that inside the ring.
Maybe, but I don't know. I think, and maybe she's worked with Gail before, so obviously.
Yeah, if they can make Velvet look like a credible threat, they can do wonders with Maria.
Yeah. Um, but I will say it does go to my one word for this week of God, I can't remember. What was even my one word?
Switch ups.
Switch ups.
That's it. I couldn't remember how I phrased it. But both this and with the what we'll see with the X Division stuff, there's a lot of switch ups. Like I guess the stuff with Kong is done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she did defeat her, so.
Yeah. Well.
That's true. All right. So Garza, what will be your bad for this week?
I actually have two, but I'm gonna use one for the change. So I'm gonna go with the worst, and that is the build up or apparent build up to lockdown. I'm not liking how they're just like randomly pairing a bunch of people together just because. Like I'm 100% opposed to the Decay being a tag team with
Hurricane Brand.
Young and Bram. Yeah, like that's the spot that Eli Drake and Jesse Goddard should be in.
Yeah, they especially the Decay because they should be like loners. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it should be like a unique thing that like is in the shadows and only comes out to kick ass.
Yeah, it's like if you put the Wyatts together with the Ascension, it doesn't work.
Yeah, exactly. So
There's no better way to describe Aaron Young and Bram, by the way. Also because Bram used to be in the Ascension when it was in NXT.
yeah, that's true. That is true. But yeah, so I'm not liking it. I can understand doing Wolves Beer Money because you can actually use this to build up the eventual feud that they'll have. But I don't know. It right now the teams to lockdown, which I'm guessing it's gonna be this, just don't feel good.
I see. You say this is a build to lockdown. I don't think so.
Well, lockdown was taped in the UK, and the next show is already in the UK, so I'm not sure how long we have until then.
Yeah, go figure. Who knows how much stuff they taped in the UK? Because they could have stuff until like the end of March now.
They probably taped a whole nother
Actually,
tournament.
Yeah.
Oh man, maybe.
Yeah.
All right. Eamon, what was your bad for Impact this week?
My bad for Impact this week. The Lashley Aiden O'Shea match.
In other words, the thing we all forgot about before we started.
Yeah, we were like, I knew I was forgetting something. My favorite part of the okay, so I'll get in a second to the Raquel stuff. But my favorite part of the thing was when Raquel comes to ringside, starts to seduce Bobby Lashley, and then O'Shea like punches him from behind, but he swings his hand in a way where he almost pops Raquel in the mouth.
Yeah.
Which is my favorite part.
Yeah, seriously, stop stealing Bram's gimmick, O'Shea.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Jay Bradley's back in Resistance Pro. Some people will get that joke. But this Raquel stuff.
Are we doing a 50 Shades of Lashley? Is that what's going on here?
Well, this is very, well.
Of course.
I wanted to talk to you about this with you guys because doesn't this seem extremely similar to a certain thing that we're watching on our Asylum years recaps?
You mean Alicia?
Is Raquel spelled with multiple E's too? Like, is this
It's Raquel.
Raquel's gonna like suck her finger in front of Ed Ferrar and it's gonna come full circle?
Who would be the emperor of this commentary team? Is it Pope?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Pope.
Okay.
He keeps talking about hotels and stuff like that.
Maybe our theory with her is the same. Raquel just wants to do a subway run. That's what.
No.
The pain and pleasure she's referring to is what happens after the subway is finished.
No, I was gonna say it's probably a Chipotle run. Let's be fair.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, pain and pleasure. I mean, you know.
Daddy Cola, brother.
The pain comes when you get the extra guac, man.
I love the extra guac. But no.
Exactly. The pleasure also comes when you get the extra guac. But
yeah. But I don't know what they're doing with this. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of wish they just brought her in as a wrestler. I mean, I know that might be too much to ask to bring in two new females at once.
3 technically with
Rosemary.
Oh, Rosemary. I was gonna say I don't count Rebby.
Oh
yeah.
All right.
I I'm still hoping that Pain and Pleasure is going to be the name of the tag team. Lashley can choose
Oh!
if he's the pain or the pleasure.
Lashley teams with Joey Ryan and they become Pain and Pleasure.
There you go.
Bam!
Wow.
We fixed TNA, everyone.
Pain and pleasure.
We fixed it.
My bad this week. I was gonna try and single out maybe the Hardcore War, maybe the Lashley stuff, but my bad this week is the Pope.
Yeah, he's kind of bad.
Just all encompassing about the Pope. Like, first of all, there's a couple points I have on the Pope. He's feuding with Tyrus. Is that a thing we're doing?
Actually, I don't know anymore because he was feuding with Grado like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So
I don't
maybe
want
he's-
either. I mean, if it gets him away from the commentary desk forever, I guess I'm okay with it. But God, like, there's not even a hook. Like, there's no hook for it. It's just like.
You two guys are wrestling.
But also, Pope, don't make up nicknames for people. Don't ever do it.
Drew Galloway is the Leonidas of wrestling.
Yeah, Leonidas lost every battle he was in.
well,
So I mean, I guess that works for Drew.
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah.
But if you're trying to push Crazy Steve as an insane Joker-like psychopath, don't call him Stevie.
Actually,
I can do it because that steals the entire mystique away. No one's like, well, through hellfire and brimstone, it's Caney. No one's
I hate when people do that. Like, it's so stupid.
or like from Death Valley, Taker. No one says that. No one does that.
no, they just call him Booker Red.
Yeah, but Booger Red sounds menacing because we don't know what it sounds more menacing than Stevie.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
Stevie was the name of a little fake doll that we had gotten my dad one year for Christmas. Like, come on. But
yeah, Pope's just trying to be funny, and it's
the last thing about Pope, we need to buy that motherfucker a pronunciation guide. I don't care if you call the moves wrong. I don't care about that. That's fine. Learn the names of your goddamn co-workers. Rebby, Grado. It's not difficult.
Yeah.
It's really not difficult. Like, and it's not like this is even live commentary. This is pre-recorded. Someone stop the tape.
The worst part is he'll say Grotto or whatever right after Josh Matthews says Grado.
Yep.
Like literally seconds after.
And they argue about it.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, if Pope wasn't listening to Josh Matthews, I don't blame him. I try not to listen to Josh Matthews either. But, like, come on. They're your co-workers. Imagine, Eamon, Garza, imagine if you just walked into work and a girl you work with, her name is Betty, and you called her Beatty every single day. She'd want to kick you in the dick. Like, you're not putting over a product. You're putting over your lack of knowledge of your own product.
Yeah.
It's not a good look for your company. Like, it's just not. I don't care who else they put on commentary. Take Pope away from commentary. Put Steve Corino in commentary. I said it.
There's no Young Bucks in TNA.
Exactly my point. But, God, just get Pope away from commentary. All right, Garza, what will be your change this week?
Okay, my change goes to the X Division. So we had Shane Helms come out for his supposed match, but he went for the swerve because TNA does swerves. And the swerve was that, oh no, it's not me who you're wrestling who I guess is now his protege, Trevor Lee. Okay, I am not opposed to Trevor Lee fighting and winning the title, but looking at the reaction he had, or the lack of reaction he had, I think that they should have just tried to not do a swerve this time and tell us, I have this guy that I've been training, and I'm gonna bring him for you, and start to build up Trevor Lee as someone who can like take the title and get a reaction from the crowd.
I didn't get the point of the swerve.
I wish they would draw on Trevor Lee's history. Because it's not like Trevor Lee is a TNA Tag Team Champion.
Yeah. Well, and when he won the belt, he said into the camera something like 22 years old, already a 2-time champion.
Yeah, I'm like, and he was in the faction that was trying to take over TNA. Why doesn't anyone recall this?
Yeah.
Like, I get it. You don't want to put over Jeff Jarrett. Put this guy over as a heel. Like, have her Helms. Oh, that was another thing. Pope calling Gregory Shane Helms her Helms? No. Shut the fuck up with that.
Well, the thing is, they call him a million different. Well, they call him Gregory Shane Helms. His Titantron just says Shane Helms.
Yeah, I mean, just call him Shane Helms.
Just call him Helms.
Well, no, you can't just
call him Shane.
Well, no, because WWE, I think, had copyright over the name Gregory Helms and Hurricane, so they can't use either of those. But if you just call him Shane Helms, I think that's okay, as long as you don't add sugar to it, Daddy.
Yeah. Sure.
But I mean, and Trevor Lee, sure, it's something new for the X Division, I guess, but unless they're gonna really
champion with no build though.
Yeah, like. I'm sorry, you have a bona fide guy in DJZ. And I know we say this every week, he's a friend of the show, but he's the most underused guy they have there. And he can actually get crowd reactions, unlike people who don't know who the fuck Trevor Lee is and why he walks like an idiot through the ring.
Aww.
I'm sorry, he does. He's never given me a reason to pop for him. He's never given me a reason, one way or the other. Like, I don't know. I almost would have preferred if Helms wrestled.
Yeah.
Almost would have preferred that, because then you can tie that in with Matt Hardy. But this just seems stupid. Like, hey, we still have Trevor Lee under contract. What do we do with him? Oh, I don't know. Let's give him a road agent to walk around with. All right, Eamon, what will be your change this week?
Well, that was kind of sort of going to be my change. My other thing would just particularly just build the relationship with Shane Helms and Trevor Lee for a few weeks before doing this. Like, because I mean, it's a legitimate thing. Like, Trevor Lee's a big Omega guy, so it fits into. Yeah, so like, obviously the stuff, especially with Hardy and stuff like that, like, you can build stuff for like a few weeks before doing something like this instead of just being like, I'm bringing in Trevor Lee and winning the belt off of Tigre Uno. Like,
I mean, if he is a big Omega, like, because I don't know the history of Trevor Lee, if he is a big Omega guy, that should be with Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy should be creating a stable. Him, Tyrus, Helms, and Trevor Lee. They can call, like, you can team Matt Hardy and Trevor Lee, and they can call themselves the Alpha and Omega. I mean,
not the American Alpha and Omega.
No, fuck that. American Alpha. Who does that shit? No, but like, and plus now they're both champions, so it makes even more sense. Sometimes I'm tired of doing TNA's job for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. My change this week. Kurt Angle and Matt Hardy need new finishers. They do. None of their finishers work anymore. Just as a rule, like side effect. I think there were 18 side effects in that match. There were like 32 German suplexes. There were 8 Olympic slams. Like, you guys just got to come up with something new. Like that, you gotta come up with something new.
But the legends or whatever. It's just that. Well, that's the thing. It's when it's based off of like nostalgia and like, oh, I remember them when they did those cool things. Like, they just do the cool things. They don't do anything different.
Yeah,
they don't have to change.
You know who else is a legend? AJ Styles. Guess what he won on SmackDown with this week? The Calf Killer. A movie came up with like 3 years ago, so it's relatively new. Like, you can add like Matt
I'm
tried
not
this
agreeing
once.
with him. Like
Matt,
I agree with you completely.
I
Like
mean, Matt tried this once. He had like when he was Cold Blood Matt Hardy, he tried a move called the Ice Pick. I don't remember what it was. Bring
oh
that
God, I
shit back.
remember that.
But
Oh, I remember that. Why do I
okay,
remember that?
because I just reminded you.
Well, yeah, but like,
More to the point, why do I remember that? I try to forget
Jesus,
Matt Hardy as much as I possibly can.
the
But
ice pick.
yeah,
Ugh.
and I don't even remember what it was. But bring it back. Like even Jeff Hardy came up with like a Texas Cloverleaf he called the spine line.
I remember that too. Oh, dude.
Like something. Kurt Angle, I know you're old. I know this is your retirement tour. Break out something different, especially since one of the Wolves is stealing your ankle lock now.
Maybe a springboard stunner.
I would love Angle to do a
Yes.
springboard stunner and just turn to dust.
But I mean, just something. It makes every match Kurt Angle has less believable. Every single one.
I agree with Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy definitely should. If he's trying to reinvent himself right now, he should have a new finisher.
Yeah, especially since his finisher is the same as Jeff's.
Yeah, when it comes to Angle, I really don't care anymore. If he actually retires, I really don't care if he comes with something new for the last month. So,
Yeah, I guess. All right. Was there anything else we missed on Impact? Impact?
I think that's it.
Oh, I did like Mike Bennett going after Galloway in his match.
I liked it. Okay, I like the. I also really love their entrance. I love the way he went after him. Like I like the whole lights going out, Maria showing up, like saying her line or whatever, and Galloway or Bennett coming from behind.
I was laughing at the idea that every Mike Bennett interference will come with a Maria promo.
Yeah, I like it's a cool little. It's a different little thing that I like.
Yeah, like TNA's trying stuff, and I appreciate it. Like for the first time since they've been on Pop, it seems like they're trying to do some fresh stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so Garza, since you weren't able to join us with NXT this week, please give me your rankings for NXT and Impact.
Okay. Impact's gonna be number 2. I mean number 3.
Okay.
3, sorry. Oh man, I'm trying to remember exactly what happened on NXT. We had.
You had Carmella and Emma. You had the Balor
Tag team. You know what?
Cruz match.
I'm actually gonna give it number 4, NXT, because I really really love the main event, but I remember hating the Bob Villains match. I remember hating Asuka kicking Santana Garrett's ass, and I remember hating the Carmella interview because I completely felt I felt she was really out of character during the interview.
Yeah, but they always do that like before a big title match.
I know, but I don't know. It felt weird.
Okay. All right, and Impact number 3 this week?
Yeah. Yeah, for the most part.
Okay.
Before we go, I have here what the ice pick was.
Oh, Jesus.
The ice pick, aka the White Light Experience, because that's some other name he was using in the Indies. It's a double underhook with body scissors.
Oh yeah.
So it's
Okay,
a
I
submission,
remember that
I
now.
guess.
It was a double underhook hug.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I remember that now. All right, Eamon, where would you rank Impact this week?
Impact is number 4 for me this week. There's, like we mentioned, I didn't hate it. Like it wasn't a show I hated at all, which is good. I've had much worse weeks with Impact. There's some certain things I liked, maybe not necessarily like. I don't know if I liked any of the matches necessarily. I liked a lot of some of the stuff surrounding it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's my number 4.
Okay, Impact for me is actually number 2 this week.
What is happening?
Tonio, before you came in here, he was almost thinking of making it number 1, and I was going to throw my computer.
I have reasons.
You're getting paid by Impact. You're getting paid by Dixie Carter. Is that your reason? I don't understand it at all.
Are you gonna start preparing the?
I'm
Are
gonna
you
throw
part of
around
the?
that fat panda cash.
Are you
That
part
fat
of the
panda.
TNA Network project? Is that why we're watching the Asylum years? God
Yes,
damn it.
yes. TNA has actually purchased all of old NWA footage and is now going to air on the TNA network, aka YouTube. No, because honestly, when EC3 lost the belt, I thought we were heading into the dark days of TNA, and I thought I was never going to be able to enjoy the show. But I have to say, Matt Hardy's a good heel. He's always been a good heel, and I do like his heel stuff. I don't like how we got there. I enjoy his heel stuff, though. He's a very good heel. Rebby needs to stop, but Matt is a good heel.
I think Red is what making Cardi so good of a heel.
Yeah, because she's so terrible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like early Vicky Guerrero.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
get
yeah,
it.
that's actually the best example.
Yeah.
But at least you have that idea of like, well, Vicky's probably a good person. Like, at least you have that in the back of your head.
Oh, Eamon, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Sorry, fuck
amazing.
Rebby Sky.
Yeah, you never. By the way, anyone like the line where they said karma is a bitch about Rebby Sky?
yeah.
I love that. I'm like, oh, that was
that is
sweet dirt sheets, sweet dirt sheet rumors. But yeah, I mean, I like the Maria stuff. As we mentioned, the EC3 interview, I like the direction he's going. The Decay is still good. They haven't ruined it yet. I like where Mike Bennett's going. I enjoyed it. They're trying to be fresh. They're trying to freshen up their product, and until they fuck it up, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yep.
Okay? And plus, it was a tight week this week. I thought everything was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was a tight week. So
Yeah. I mean, me giving NXT number 4 is not like they suck, but it was a high 4.
yeah, exactly. Like for me, almost any show could have been number 2 or number 1 this week. Almost any show. All right. So Garza, where can the good people find you on the internet?
You can find me at DW Revolution for Twitter, and you can go to thewrestlingrevolution.com.
Excellent. What about you, Eamon?
Find me on Twitter at Eamon2Please, and also check out Inspire Pro Wrestling at Inspire Pro Res and at InspireProWrestling.com.
Excellent. And I can be found, of course, at MadMike4883. And also, tune into the Wrestling Mayhem Show every Tuesday night, roundabouts 9 p.m. We just had our annual Mayhemmy Awards, so if you want to hear some really controversial opinions on what we thought the best of the stuff of the year was, go listen to that. And, of course, go check our interview a couple weeks ago of Chris DeJoseph from Lucha Underground. It's been making a lot of the airwaves on the internet. So, for Antonio Garza, for Eamon Paton, I'm Mad Mike, and this has been your Midweek